Start taping. And it's getting you yawning. Okay, go ahead.
It was in,
That's
I think it was 1970.
It's big. You don't have to watch the whole thing.
Bear.
And we lived in
There.
Alberta, Colorado.
Bear.
And my company decided,
Lindsay, wait, just tell him, just a minute. Let me see if I can get you on the internet.
Okay, right now I'm getting you on videotape.
you want me to stop and wait?
No, I'm ready.
And
Are you taking a
they
picture
decided
of this
they
time?
wanted to move us
Like
to California.
Like a movie.
So, big truck came and got all of our furniture, and we were driving our cars. I was driving Remington Arms new Chevrolet station wagon, and Junie and Merrick was driving a little Mustang, and we got into, is it Wagon Mound?
Springer.
And
Springer.
Huh?
Springer.
Oh, Springer. We got into Springer, New Mexico,
Excuse me, Mimi.
and we was out about a mile past Springer.
Oh, wow.
And there's a roadside park there, so we pulled into this park to let our dog Pepper go for a little run. And there's changed drivers. Merrick had been driving,
We'll
and
put it right
they
back
changed
here.
for your nana Judy
That's
to
fine.
drive. And whenever we went back up on the road, she was ahead of me, and I saw this car come over the hill, and it's come right on her side of the road, head on into her. And just before it hit her head on, well, she threw on the brakes and turned the car
This can go out.
hard to the right, and they hit right behind her door. Hit the left rear fender right behind her, the driver's door. And they bounced off and they just kept running down the road, just kept running. And so this got stopped, and I run up there and stopped him. Merrick jumped out and says, nobody hurt, let's go get him, let's go get him. So I said, no, let's not go get him, I'll go call the highway patrol.
Okay.
So I went back to Springer to payphone to call the highway patrol, and I thought he had followed me, but he hadn't followed me. And he had gone hunting for these guys.
Well, it looks like
And while I was on the phone, he ran up and says, I found him, let's go get him.
sewage disposal
So
for,
we jumped in the station wagon and we took off and left Junie in the Mustang, and we went down this little dirt road. There was a little old Volkswagen that hit her. And
septic tank.
it had its left front wheel kind of bent sideways, and its bumper dragging in the dirt, and its cylinder all bent up. And of course, it really smashed up that Mustang,
That's a Flagstaff?
driver's side rear fender. But it was still
I don't know
drivable.
what it is.
And we got there, and
These are postcards.
when I got out and saw what we had,
Oh.
I told Merrick, I said, let's get back in the
Oh, the other
station
half
wagon.
of it must be here.
Because it
Sit
scared
down,
me,
like
because
a
it's
monkey.
four great, big, old, mean-looking guys. It was all Mexicans all hopped up on that powder that you drink. And we turned around, I had
Crazy.
Oh my God.
357 Magnum loaded in my cubby hole, and I had the whole car loaded with rifles and shotguns. And that's taken me to California with me.
That must be the
So we started back to the station wagon, and they jumped on us and started whaling us. And that's the first time I was always kind of disappointed in what your daddy boy could do. But so quickly that I couldn't hardly tell this story, he knocked two of them unconscious, them big guys unconscious. I left two of them, and I'm whaling on one of them, and he's whaling on me. I didn't think he's even touching me. I thought I was just whaling him around. And so I got him, he wasn't in action anymore, so that left one, and I'm on to him, and then he got me down on the ground and was sitting on top of me. And Nana run up there in this Mustang, and dirt flying, all this sand blowing, and she threw on the brakes and jumped out, and she had a gallon jug of apple juice. She grabbed this gallon jug of apple juice, and she had it back, and she was fixed in the back of this head. If she had hit this guy, I think she'd have probably killed him with that gallon of apple juice in the back of the head. She well might have killed him.
She didn't hit him though?
Huh?
Did she hit him with it?
No, because just about the time she got it back here, this car ran up there and threw on the brakes and stopped. And this deputy sheriff jumped out and he had a 360 Remington pump rifle and he pumped that ammunition. Everybody lined up against that car over there. So I had a whole bunch of them, all these Mexicans and us too, all lined up against this car over there. And then when I told him what was happening, well, he told them guys to put everything out of their pockets on the hood of the car. And they put all kinds of knives and dopes and stuff out on this. But it was just a game they were playing. And he said, okay, I said, well, we'll go down to the judge's office and we'll get this settled right now. And, well, what the hell are we going to settle? I told him what happened. So he says, follow me down here. So it's getting way late in the afternoon right now. And we go down this little road to this judge's chamber, and he had a little bitty old building that's about 20 foot long, about 10 foot wide, down a little embankment down in this little creek bed. And I said, well, you may go there, but I'm not going down there. And I said, I don't think I'm going down there. It's getting dark by now. And so I said, okay, you get out of here and you're in that Mustang, and I'll follow you out of here and we'll go to Albuquerque. But as we went back out this little dirt road back up on the pavement, there's a highway patrol car sitting over there and a guy making out some reports. And so I stopped and talked to him. He said, well, you go down to the courthouse down there and I'll be down there in a few minutes. Talk to him.
For now.
So I went down to this courthouse and he didn't come, and I started calling somebody in my company to tell them what had happened. And I called San Francisco and I couldn't get anybody. I called Bridgeport and I couldn't get anybody.
No.
So I finally called Salt Lake City and got a hold of my district manager from Salt Lake. He said, you get out there and go to, I don't care what, you get out there and you go to Albuquerque. If anybody tries to stop you, shoot. And so if we have to, we'll have a Remington Arms to send the what do you call these people? The National Guard in to rescue you. But don't let anybody stop you. He didn't like what had happened, so it's dark now, way dark. So we take off. I lay them 2 357s in the front seat, and Merrick had a shotgun loaded. And we took off for Albuquerque. We got into Albuquerque. It's about 11 o'clock late at night. And we didn't think if people that ever touched us ever laid a hand on us. It was just all the adrenaline, excitement, and everything. We started taking inventory. When we got down there, my shirt was tore half off of me, and I had on sunglasses, and it hit me in the eye with them sunglasses. My eye was black and swollen too, and they kicked Merrick in the knee, and his knee was all bloody, and he couldn't hardly walk on his body for years after that, the bad knee. We had blood all over us. We had to go in registers. We spent most of the rest of the night sitting in a tub soaking in hot water.
I
And
bet.
soaked the hurt out of us. Next morning I called my regional manager in San Francisco. Told him what happened. He said, well, you get on over to California. And I asked him if he wanted the condition I was in to go up here and call my distributors. He said, yeah, I do. And said, you tell them that you want to come to California to service them so bad you had to fight your way all across Mexico. So that's exactly what I did. But later, we read in the paper that that was a sham deal. That what they'd do, they'd hit them cars like that. They knew just how to hit them. And they knew what was going to happen, and they was trained to do that. And a whole bunch of them, the judge and those guys, a whole bunch of them was in the penitentiary because what they was doing is we'd gone in there, the whole kangaroo court, take all the money we had, and probably all of our guns and everything, keep them to themselves. And that's what they was doing.
So they caught them?
They caught
them?
them doing that and sent them all to prison.
That's scary, for sure.
Yeah,
What
it
if
was
it had
scary.
been just women, you know, or if it had just been girls, or, you know.
Yeah.
I guess you wouldn't have followed them if it was just girls, I'd hope. But, hold on, okay.